Hey, starting out solitary, we are on week 249 and we're talking about counseling and paganism. So, I guess my perspective is going to be because I do have a psychology degree and I've been to counseling quite a bit in my life. There seems to be two groupings of counselors, and one is spiritually unbiased and just do their job with no or try not to have any biases on a spiritual level, regardless of what they practice, and those who are faith-based counselors, where they are specifically sought out because they lean towards a specific religion, because sometimes that's what you need. Obviously, the majority in the US is Christian ones. Now, I know there are pagans who are counselors, but I am unaware, and there might be some out there, but I haven't heard or seen any that are actively open, where people are going to them specifically because they have a pagan spiritual path. And I feel that there's a lot of stigma if someone, I feel they fall into the neutral, unbiased group because I feel there's too much stigma, stigma. I'm very tired. Uh, Against paganism and witchcraft and whatnot, that those who don't understand it, and if they found out their counselor was this way, they could like file complaints or switch counselors at the very least, or not trust the counselor, and that sucks. Um, and I feel personally, I'm kind of on the fence on thinking that having a specific religion-based counselor, I get where that could be helpful, but that they're specifically Christian, so they're going with those values. I feel like that's not the healthiest way of getting counseling, because the counselor should be unbiased, and especially say a gay man was going to counseling, at a and the counselor is Christian, and that's part of her practice, is implementing her belief system into it, and him struggling to cope with his sexuality, depending on that Christian's value system, they may throw out like, I can't remember the term, but it's where they try to conversion therapy, try to do that, and that's absolutely not healthy. 100%. That's not good in any way, and basically, if not physical torture, mental torture, to a degree, and emotional. And I'm definitely of the belief, like, you're born gay, you know, um, and trying to fight being what you are, just because your religion says it's a bad thing. That's very unhealthy, and exacerbating it is not going to do good. So I feel like if a client comes to a counselor and they're trying to push Christianity on them, and they're pagan and they're open about it, the counselor could be treating them very biased and, oh, what's the word? I'm having a hard time talking today. um, I just feel their biases would show, and I feel the client would not be able to get everything they need from a counselor in a therapy session if they aren't on the same page spiritually, or at least the therapist isn't biased about it. Um, but yeah, like I said, I do believe there are therapists who are pagan, absolutely. Um, but it's definitely one of those, in the medical profession, you generally have to be closeted because of the biases, and a lot of hospitals and insurance are faith-based. Like, um, where I go to doctors, it's Franciscan Medical Group, and that is very much spiritually based. Obviously, they can't force their beliefs on you, but and obviously not everyone who works there is going to be a Christian or whatever, but it's definitely funded by Christian stuff. So it's a complicated area for sure, and there definitely needs to be a little bit more progressive mindset when it comes to therapy and counseling. I'm not sure what the other members of the collab are going to talk about. They can talk about whatever they want when it comes to this, even personal experiences. I've been lucky that when I designated myself to being pagan, um, the one or two counselors I had were very chill. One was very hippie-ish, so it kind of it was like whatever. You understood. So I've been lucky on that front. But I can definitely see where having faith-based counseling can be a little touchy because of the biases. And having biases when you're a psychologist or a counselor, it's not good. Very much not good. So that is all I have to say on that. So I'll talk to you guys later.